January 2019 continued the trend from the previous summer of a lot of water. You can also in the background there see that there's just a line of cattails that's still pretty straight. This is another view of it. You can see that the march of the cattails doesn't progress very much through the winter. When I first started working at the Rainwater pool, when the water was high like this, it would lap almost to the edge of the road. Now the delta has raised up 2 feet, and so when the water's high, it's rather far from the beginning of the chute. By March, I'd started to think about how I wanted to present this information. Look at the line of the cattails, and then be very cognizant of where it is so you can watch it march across the little rainwater pool as the season progresses. It'll start greening up in the next month or 2. This is another view of the same thing looking towards the delta. You can see how high the road is above the level of the water. And remember that the delta has risen 2 feet from trapped silt in the last couple years. This is the view from where the water enters the chute going into the rainwater pool. You can see that the cattails are just starting to green up and starting to move across the pool. From here on, watch how much vegetation is in the delta, because the goal was to see how much silt it could trap. May, green and growing. Follows is why I do this work. Fowler's toads and gray tree frogs calling during breeding season. Summer, check out how little open water there is in the rainwater pool. And the silk trap growing in the chute. My reason for concern about the cattails is I do not know if Fowler's toads can breed when cattails completely overrun the pond, or if the tadpoles can swim around it under those conditions. I don't quite know how I'm going to figure this out either. By August, it's as if there is no open water. Cattails have completely crossed the pool opening. September it starts to brown up, but that doesn't mean there's any open water. If it ever goes dry, I'm going back into the rainwater pool to do a little maintenance and try to remove some of the cattails and see if I can come up with a way to keep them out of the way for at least a small section of it. If anybody watching this has any good ideas on what to do to the cattails so that I can suppress them a little better and create more Fowler's toad breeding and tadpole habitat, I'd appreciate your suggestions. And now I bid you adieu.